Also, shut up now. And we will try to do something about traveling, because almost all of us travel a lot. Somebody just because he wants, and somebody just because he have to, but all of us travel a lot in life. So I would like you to write down, yes, you can just... You can just wait for the instruction and after go to the toilet.
Non, c'est fermé.
Ah, c'est fermé, mais alors... So the instructions are really simple. You have to write down a brief experience from your travels and which kind of philosophical concept you understood in having this experience. I will give you for that something like 5 minutes, but I will be flexible for somebody that needs 6 or 7, not 8.
Excuse me, practical problem. Somebody wants to go to bathroom. The guy was there to clean outside. He closes, and you have to go home. And you will have to ask me the keys.
It's a long way home from here to go to the bathroom.
I was in the bathroom 2 minutes ago.
I know, they close it now.
Okay.
Okay, and the
Guido, could you please repeat, like, what shall I write? What's the assignment?
Are you joking? Me repeating rules? No, not at all. Let's choose somebody that understood. Do somebody understood the instructions? Get up your hands. Are you getting up your hands because you understood?
No, because I'm just...
So don't put up your hand. Hands up for people that understood what you have to do. Choose something.
Luca, please.
Yes, you have to think about the travel you did and describe it a little bit in general, and find out in this travel you did something philosophical, but something you discover that is philosophical.
Well, I have to accept if it's the explication of what I say, and I unluckily don't. So let somebody else try to explain it.
Yes. Okay.
No, it's Luca time now.
Oh, okay. So
He have to choose somebody else. Hands up for what do you have to do in this exercise?
And
You have to think about an experience you had during traveling and write down a philosophical concept that you discovered because of that travel.
I accept. Do somebody still do not understand? You still don't understand.
The question,
Well, now hands up for people that still doesn't understand the task. You have a question about the task, or you didn't understand the task.
both.
So, you can choose no matter who, because all the other people understood. So choose somebody to explain to you another way the same thing.
No, I still don't understand.
But I have a specific question about the traveling. Is it the movement or the being at another place? That's my question. I don't
Well,
know.
the second one.
Either being at another place.
Okay. It's now clear for everybody, or for you still not?
It's not a journey. It's not a journey.
Yeah, like you want. Travel or journey is quite a synonymous in English. Travel and journey. Journey normally is most longer, but we will not talk about that now. Last one, because after we had to do that.
About this travel?
About the travel that you've done in your life. Travel you prefer. You will have 5 minutes departing from now. So,
Yeah, you should.
not talking, just total silence. Thank you.
translation.
That was 5 minutes. Hands up for people that ask for more minute. We still have three person. Everybody have finished. Just 3 person. Wait for, well, we can give you 1 or 2 other minutes. Okay.
I have a problem with the word in English. I don't know how to translate it, I'm not sure about it. Pregiudizio. Prejudge.
Prejudge. Prejudge.
Okay.
Prejudge.
I have a language problem. May I ask my mom for translation in French? I can take it. Venant seulement 2 fois durant l'année. En anglais.
Seulement 2 fois dans un année.
En venant 2 fois durant l'année.
Coming just 2 times in a year.
Yeah, coming twice a year.
Not twice because it's just 2 times.
Just twice a year, yeah.
Everybody done? Everybody's ready? Hands up for somebody that still need more time. Dépêche. Okay, hands up for the people that are satisfied of their own job. So who is not satisfied? We have just 1, 2. Hands up for people that are not satisfied about their own job. Who is not satisfied about what he found? Maybe because of the time or something else. Time. Everybody's satisfied about his own job. Hands up for people that are satisfied of their own job.
Are we repeating the thing?
Excuse me?
Are we doing it for the second time in a row? Just hands up for who's satisfied?
Yes.
So, same, okay.
Because this time seems to be more people. So we just have Isabel that doesn't raise hands. So Isabel just choose somebody that is satisfied. So somebody.
Yes. No, because I need.
We will need six, just six.
Six. Okay. Yeah, but please.
You can read it.
Can you read it?
I remember when I traveled to Iceland and the majesty and beauty of the land which I encountered, which made me to think about freedom.
Freedom.
Okay. Hands up for people that want to suggest a title for this experience. Just a title, like if it was a book, you know. Hands up. You have just 3 people, 4 people, and you can choose one of them to give a title to your experience.
Do I have others here? Thunder.
Iceland is beautiful.
Is that a title?
Sorry?
Is that a title? I'm asking for a title. Do you know what it does mean?
Yeah. I mean, is that not a good enough title?
Everyone? Well, I'm asking you if what you say, in your opinion, is a title for her experience.
Yeah. That's my suggestion.
You suggested what? Maybe I didn't understand well.
Oh, okay. You want me to repeat?
Yeah?
Iceland is beautiful.
Iceland is beautiful. Okay. You just take it. Okay. You can choose somebody else to tell the experience that he had.
Sophie?
No.
No.
Because I had misunderstood. So I wrote something that is not correct.
So just choose somebody else.
Okay. Emile.
Okay. I traveled to the Swedish Alps, and there I met a girl who supposedly were getting me into a club. As it turned out, she had no intention to do so and left me out in the dark. This made me question the concept of trust.
Okay. Hands up for people that want to suggest a title for any experience. I mean, choose somebody between the hands.
Ed.
Life.
Everything. Why? So Ed, choose somebody to tell us his experience.
I went to Ivory Coast to facilitate a training, and I had been there for 24 hours only, surrounded by black people, and I went to the bathroom and I saw my reflection in the mirror, and I found myself utterly white, twice as white as usually, and I think it made me think of the concept of self-perception.
Hands up for the title of this experience. Awesome.
Yolanda.
The diversity of human beings.
The diversity of human beings. Okay, Yolanda, just choose somebody else. We still have 3.
Violeta?
Can you read us your experience?
Yes, I learned how attached to life a person is.
Well, I missed the experience.
It's a philosophical problem, so I pass.
Okay, choose somebody else.
Maybe.
My problem
it reflection, communication, and avoid of prejudgment.
Okay. Hands up to suggest a title for her experience. Oh, well, maybe you have to repeat it because somebody told me that he didn't understand.
I didn't hear.
Love.
My travel in France and about the seminar I got it, it gave me reflection, communication, and avoid of prejudgment.
Hands up for a title. Can you just choose somebody, of course, somebody that spoke less than the others? That's always the problem.
Choose
Yeah. Somebody that you would like to give a title to your experience.
Francis.
No, Francis already spoke, you have other hands. Excuse me. Choose somebody that didn't spoke a lot.
Yes. Philosophical seminar.
Philosophical seminar. And can you choose somebody to read his experience to us?
I came to Milan once and asked the guy walking on the street where is the nearest easy place to eat, like pizzeria or something else. He was very energetic, enthusiastic, emotional, and very helpful. Didn't speak a single word of English, but he was right in my face explaining it to me. He was like this from my nose.
Which country, excuse me?
Italy.
Italy.
And the philosophical concept that I see in this experience could be the distance between people, or just the distance.
Okay. Hands up for a title for Ivan. Choose a title you prefer.
Sophie?
Body stock,
Body language.
body language, but body stock.
Body stock.
Body.
Body.
S.
B-O-D-Y.
Yeah. It's the talk of the body.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Body
if you just
language.
choose the last one between people that spoke really, really little bit.
Really little bit. Zoran.
Va pas juste suggérer.
Okay.
Zara.
My trip was to Brenifier Island in Croatia with a couple of my friends a few weeks ago. And as we ride by bus, we were really talking a lot about ourselves, and that experience made me rediscover the concept of dialogue.
Hands up for a title for his experience. Can you repeat for fun the last word?
Dialogue.
Dialogue.
Hands up for someone that wants to suggest a title. So we take off.
Bus talks. Bus talks.
Bus
Talks.
talks.
Bus talks.
Bus talks. Not butter. Bus talks.
Bus talk.
Yeah, bus. Okay. Whatever.
Bus.
Bus. And then,
B-U-S.
and then talk.
B-U-S.
Car talk.
Talks.
Yeah.
T-A-L-K-S.
I understood, but I was feeling too not question.
You like?
No, I like it. I just thought that, well, maybe it's not that. Well, now everybody of us have to vote just one to discuss it in this specific workshop, because we have just an hour, so of course we cannot discuss them all. And everybody of you, without giving an argument, we don't care about arguments just for choosing, because after we need time for discuss the experience. Everybody of you have to vote one of these experience, even if you expose your experience and you really prefer your one to discuss than the other one, you can vote yourself too, no problem. We just have to choose one, so a couple of minutes for that, I'd say. for people that don't remember something, would like to repeat something, or any other kind of stuff, you can just not to vote and be more attentive the next time.
Is the floor open for discussions regarding these options, or are we voting on these 5 or 6 options?
Are you voting for one of these options to be discussed by the group?
How is the voting?
Mm-hmm.
How is the voting going to take place?
You'll see.
Oh.
So question remains, are there any time in order to elaborate more on these 6 options? Yes or no?
You do not have the right to know it. Just vote. Hands up for people that still haven't decided. So everybody decided. Well, hands up for the first one. Wow, popular. Hands up for life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can we vote several times? Or is it just one time?
Yes, you can vote several times.
You can vote several times?
I didn't count, but why not?
You said that it was only one to choose.
Yes, that's what you said.
Yes. No, I say that after we will choose just one. But I never say you can vote just once.
No, but you say you choose one.
No, we will choose one of the books, but not...
Yeah, the votation will choose one option at the end.
Okay.
But it's not
Is
just
it clear now?
No, just to make it clear, we vote even for the one we didn't choose.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
You say you find one and we discuss it.
Yes.
If we vote for many, then why did we choose one? If it's
Because after the votation one, we will have more votes anyway.
Yeah.
And we will take this one.
We vote and then we speak about the book.
He's the boss.
Elimination process.
You are not.
suffers from us voting on more than one.
If we will have a ballotage, we will see.
Can we vote again since we didn't?
Okay, for the first one, hands up. Iceland, so it's not beautiful. No, well, for one people it is beautiful.
Are we now entitled?
Life. Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Diversity of human beings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Too late.
Too late.
You can vote just for the next one. Philosophical seminar. Hands up. Hands up for this option. 1, 2. Okay. Body stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Sorry,
13.
13, I'm a bit Italian.
No, you can't.
13 again, with me. I forgot to do it.
I counted you, but it's 12. With you, 12. Bus talks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. So it's life. Who had this wonderful experience about life? Emil. So Emil will read again his experience just in order to discuss it both together.
On the travel to the Swedish Alps, there I met a girl who supposedly were getting me into a club. As it turned out, she had no intention to do so and left me out. This made me question the concept of trust.
Okay. Now, do somebody have a question for Emil about this experience? Just think a little moment. and try to find the question. We still have 14 minutes. Do we have 14 minutes? Or less?
40 minutes?
How long?
You know what, we can do the analysis after what was in the workshop. It's up to you.
Je disais que c'est 30 minutes. On doit terminer comme ça, on comprend. We have half an hour.
Half an hour?
By now, yeah.
To
discuss that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So, who have a question for Emil about this experience? Just Emil, take one.
Panna.
Why did you believe she had intentions to get you into a club?
To keep it short, we had talked about it, and it was several. She had several other people. There were other people coming with us, and I thought I was part of that group. But the other people didn't make it in as well. So it was just
Fine. Just choose somebody else to give a question to Emil. Hands up.
Francis.
No. Fana had to choose.
Fana.
You have to answer after.
Yes,
When you trust people, you rather feel yourself strong or weak?
I feel strong.
Hands up. Alexis, you have to choose somebody. The conversation go on, so you can change the question you have in your mind. If you started with a question, now you can have another one.
Yolanda?
Did you have enough evidence to trust the girl?
Can I answer with a question?
Why not?
What is enough evidence?
A previous...
No? Who wants to answer that question?
It's not the question is not for me.
No.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is enough evidence?
Hands up. Choose one.
Anna.
Enough to have a reasonable, there is not a reasonable doubt that you should not trust her.
Do you take this definition? You understand this definition?
Yes.
Okay, so you can answer the question now. If you understand the question, you can understand the question.
Yes, I can answer.
Let's try.
No, I did not have enough evidence.
Okay. Who have another question for Apple? And you have to choose because you are the last to speak.
A last one.
Was your interest just to go to the club, or did you have like other interests towards the girl?
I had other interests.
Like love,
stability.
There are several interests. There are several interests to that, but you proposed love, not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do somebody else have questions? Else. Choose somebody.
Indira.
How can you trust someone you don't know?
Because I find that I find myself trusting. I find it easy to trust people.
Okay. Who want to do the next question? Indira, you have to choose one question.
Luca.
If you had main reason to be there, why is it? It is still hurting, but you stayed out of the door. You couldn't get into the club. What?
I don't understand. Can you reformulate that, please?
Yeah.
Can somebody understood? Somebody have understood?
Yes.
Can you take one between Alexis or Alexis to explain your question? You can even choose Alexis if you want.
I think I'm gonna choose Alexis.
Wow, it's your moment.
Thank you for trust. My formulation is, if you were really intended to get into the club, why did you stay outside in this situation?
Is that your question?
No, you.
Ooh. No, huh? Is that your question?
No.
No. Do somebody else understood something else? Yes or not? Have you understood something or
I'm
not?
not sure.
So just reformulate your question, yes.
Okay. What's the matter in not be allowed to the club if you had many other interests to be there?
Do you understand the question now?
What is
So
issue?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Go on.
Yes. Because I don't think that the interest necessarily was in the girl, but getting into the club. And yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Hands up for the next question. Yeah. Luca, choose something.
Yeah.
Why did you not get into the club then?
Because the girl did not put in enough effort.
The girl? Sorry?
Yeah, the girl who was supposed to get me into the club did not put in enough effort in getting me into the club.
Do somebody else have questions? Hands up. And yeah,
Sophie.
What can you define what made you trust this girl in the first place?
Yes, because I was convinced. I trusted this girl because we were a couple of people going there, and the fact that there were other people going there, including me, not being singled out, like increased the. I mean, I was thinking that if we get in, or everybody gets in.
Let me tell the thing is always answering the same couple of things because you're not digging. You're already asking questions about the ambience, the girl, and stuff like that. So for the next question, let's just try to dig deeper and not to go around because, well, we have half an hour, but half an hour of the same two things. It's going to be boring. Hands up for somebody that wants to try to dig in this idea, in those ideas. It was a question from Sophie. Sophie, choose somebody.
Ed?
Do you think evidence is relevant for trusting somebody?
No. I don't.
Just no.
No.
Okay. Somebody else to help Ed to dig even deeper. Ed, choose your helper.
Ivan.
What do you base your trust on? What do you base your trust on?
the conversations had.
From the past. Okay.
You know the process, no?
No, I choose. Yeah. Yolanda.
Has this experience transformed your life in a way that from being a trusty person, now you are the contrary?
No.
You still trust people?
Yes.
Choose somebody.
Nelson?
Were you using the girl as an only as an instrument to get in?
And he says yes.
Okay, Anne?
Why did you not put enough effort into getting to the club if it was so important? You say you didn't get there because she didn't put enough effort. You want to go, why did you not?
Because I wasn't aware of what putting in effort meant in this scenario.
Well, just a little interaction. Well, putting an effort in that way can be explained maybe by Jan, so you can answer better the question.
Yeah.
In which sense you suggest an effort?
Well, it could be, finding someone who knows the club and taking the group to the club, if
Okay. Now you understood?
Yes.
So answer.
Perhaps because it actually wasn't important enough to me.
Choose somebody.
No?
No, Anne must choose somebody else for the
excuse me.
Yeah.
I choose Francis.
What is your main question about trust?
That what defines the reasons to trust someone?
What?
What defines the reasons to trust someone?
Great work here.
Yeah, that's my main.
Friends.
Well, is that your answer for
Exactly.
So you answered with a question.
No.
Yes, I asked him for a question.
Yeah.
What is your main question about trust?
Okay. Now we still have 15 minutes, and I would like to change a little bit, just a little bit, the rules of the game, to try another direction, another way to do almost the same thing. Now, always, people will raise their hands for the next question, but always you will choose who you want to question you. Okay? Just for the last 15 minutes. So, hands up, and Emil will have to choose between you. Of course, every day somebody that not speaking, not always the same person.
Look at.
Yes. Can you imagine and tell some criteria for trusting people? Criteria.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say myself like past experiences. So.
Who do you trust most?
Like,
Who?
the people who have spent the most time talking to.
To you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I am talking to.
Hands up.
Fun.
What is distrust?
What is what?
Distrust.
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 I don't know.
Now choose somebody between people that not have hands up. Hey, don't move! Don't try to cheat now.
Alia.
I didn't raise my hand.
That's why.
That's why I chose you.
Okay. Do you think talking long time somebody is a kind of trusting?
Yeah. Yes.
Hands up. Oh, do you want to explain more?
No. Should I still pick the ones who hasn't put their hands up, or should I?
Now, hands up.
Once
It was just to don't make people sure that if they don't raise a hand, they can sleep. I will do once more after, you don't know when.
If you don't know what is the distrust, how do you know what is the trust?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Answer.
Nothing.
Do you find you lost the trust of the girl towards you?
Yes. Alexa.
Why is this trust question interesting to you? Why? Why you ask this question about trust?
Because I think it's oversimplified emotionally.
Basing your trust on something from the past, do you have a chance to create a future that is different from the past?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever done the same that the girl did to you?
No.
Hands up.
Isabel.
What is your problem with trust?
As I said before, I think trust is oversimplified emotionally.
Could you explain it a little bit?
Oh, yo. Have you chosen him?
No? I mean, did I answer your question?
No, I said what is your problem with trust, or maybe I didn't hear.
Okay, yeah, my problem, even though this doesn't seem to apply to me very often.
No, my question is what is your problem with trust?
I don't have a problem with trust.
Can I ask you another question? No?
Do you accept another further question?
Okay, and you don't have a problem with trust, right? Then why this trust is so important to you if you don't have a problem with it?
Because to me it seems important to others.
I don't understand it. Guido, I don't know if I can continue or not.
Well,
I mean, I'd rather spread the conversation, but I mean, it's like
Yeah.
if it's anybody else who does, it doesn't.
No. Well, now you ask to somebody to dig deeper for you, and who want to help Isabel to dig deeper in this issue?
What?
Deeper.
Approfondir.
I understand.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Luca, please. Can you go deeper for me on this question?
Yes. How should behave a person to be trustable, to deserve to be trusted? Give a concrete example of this kind of function.
Could you repeat the question?
Yes, I got it.
You got it?
I got it. So
Okay.
Yeah, that they do what they say. That you see evidence of what they communicate.
Luca, to somebody.
If you earlier said that evidence is not relevant for trust,
Yes, I did. Person to to me. The reason why I answered differently is because I want. Yes, I contradict myself in that sense.
But you was telling us why, so don't stop yourself.
No,
why
no.
you're contradicting yourself? It was a good start. I'm contradicting myself because
since I don't find trust such a big issue in my life, I want to be able to differentiate like the evidence, like have this evidence of trust with you talking, people performing their actions from what they're telling themselves. Like I want to be prepared, and don't want others to suffer from the same trust. I mean, I want other people to be able to trust, and I want to see ahead. Do I answer your question?
Does he answer your question?
do you want me to answer?
Yes. No. Yeah.
Yes or no? The answer?
Did I answer your question with my reasoning?
Okay. Now we have only 4 minutes, so everybody have to think to the final shot without hands up or hands down. You will choose one from everybody. So everybody for 1 minute have to think for the last final question. The last final question must be something really meaningful, because after you will have to give a powerful and rich answer to make us all happy. Just 1 minute to think the final shot for everybody. So well, Ed was the last one, so he had to choose.
Who has the last one?
Everybody has.
Everybody must do have. They have no rights hands up or hands down. You just take who you want, exactly who you want. Not any. Well, indeed, you can choose animals. It can be interesting. Exactly who you want.
Alexei.
If you were told about someone who traveled some time ago and didn't get into the club, and since then he remembers that there was some girl who he trusts, and then the trust didn't rise and the issue of trust in his head, would you say that this person has problem with trust or not?
I think he has a problem with trust.
Oh, that was quick. Maybe another question?
Should I expand my answer?
Alex is just pick a person that never ever spoke in this seminar. Well, not this seminar, this workshop. Is it
Violetta?
She's not here.
Violetta.
Violetta, yes, I think it. Violetta?
Yes, Violetta.
Your question?
What's the question? Trust? No, I'm lost. Excuse me.
She's
Okay. Indira?
Thank you. Okay. If you don't trust the other, how can you trust yourself?
That's a good question.
But sometimes I don't.
You are not answering my question.
But can you repeat the question?
If you don't trust the others, how can you trust yourself?
I can't.
Yes.
Thank you.
Again?
Thank you.
I can't.
So now you pick one person to evaluate the conversation going on and what he thinks happened in the room and what he thinks about your positions and everything. So a general opinion about this issue and what came up during the discussion. Of course, it's better to choose somebody that didn't speak long.
No, yeah.
Violet.
But yeah, but everybody has. Sophie.
So what happened in the process? Is that what you say?
Thank you for repeating my question. Yeah, indeed.
I'm good at that. I don't know, I'm not sure. I think we lost the idea of the beginning. I get the impression that at the beginning he said something about trust. And then we ended up on something else. I got lost through all the questions. Maybe because they were not answered fully enough. It was too short answer on each question, so he didn't. At the beginning, you said that.
Well, no. Wait a minute. I'm not asking you if something enormous came up or not. I'm just asking you what came up.
What came up? Well, I don't get the impression of a lot coming up.
So nothing happened in this room.
Yes, we asked questions.
Yes,
but they were
something
not,
is happening.
Yeah.
So, after what is happening?
It's a series of questions as happened.
Okay, and this series of questions was completely empty, or there was something in that?
No, some of the
There was something. So,
yeah.
what it was, that something?
It was about trust, but it went in different directions, and I could not follow where it led.
So, okay, do somebody follow? Hands up. Choose somebody that follow.
Oh, I asked to somebody that follow. Francis.
I found the process somehow like a collective consultation, yes. And it is interesting to see how questions can jump from one place to another, and it brings in one of the interests is the variety of questions, the types of questions, and the possibility to see immediately how it works. So I find that very interesting. I have a suggestion for this debriefing to do, since it looks a lot like a collective consultation, to start first by asking Emile what he comes up to in the usual way we debrief consultations. So did Emile, who was the client, did he come up to something? Did he discover something? And what?
Yeah, but that's the solution. If I ask before to him, after nobody else can say the contrary. I'm searching the opinions of everybody, and after we will listen to him. Because otherwise, nobody else can speak. If the client says, I came up exactly with that, it's like the cat in the box. The cat is alive or dead. Well, if you open the box, no more discussion about it. So let's now see what we think we reached, and after we will ask him exactly what he reached. Okay?
He will have the last word.
Yeah. Choose somebody.
I like the part with concepts when we observe our travels and find some concepts. It was very interesting. And then when we start to asking the questions, I find it like interview, like not like consultation, like interview.
Like what?
Like
I didn't get the last
interview.
one. Oh, interview.
Like an interview, not
Okay.
consultation. Let me allow just one word about it. I think that the interesting part of this exercise is that here almost everybody is a professional, like you said to me before, and everybody of us have different methods. He have his one, he have his one, and well, I don't know all of you, but I know that a little bit of you, and I know that you have different methods. So the interesting part is to see the different methods working together. And that's of course something not that fluid, not always.
I'm biased. That's one of the reasons why I have not been entering into this discussion.
You are?
Biased.
Bias.
I'm biased.
Bias.
Impartial. Not impartial.
Not neutral.
He's partial.
Interested in the
Okay.
topic.
Yeah, indeed. You're a father. Okay.
Yeah.
And this, excuse me.
And I was present in this when this happened. And then I noticed that when Emil was forwarding this.
But now you're spilling the beans.
Don't interrupt your father! You will have the last word. Go on.
I think that he catched a theme that a lot of people sense, that when Ed labeled it with life, it became a common interest, because I think that all of us sense the potential of exactly what Adrian was trying to express. I'm pleased to acknowledge the common interest in trying to find out what trust can imply in a longer perspective. Do you get disillusionized? How can you use this experience further on in your life? And as you said, there are a lot of professionals around this table, and as François said, this is like a collective consultation, but it catches light on what subject we would like to choose that we will find most interesting and that has the most potential. Yes. The conclusion is that there is a potential here, and I think that it can be elaborated on much further. But I'm, again, being advice, being the father, I'm happy to see this happen.
Choose another impression. Oh, well, you have a lot.
No, and yes.
My question is, are we now having a meta session, or are we still at the end of the session in the phase of evaluating what?
Is that an evaluation?
For me,
Is that an evaluation, yes or not?
For me, it's not clear what is happening.
Sorry, choose somebody that have it clear.
Isabel.
Yes. Evaluation. I don't agree with Francis when he talks about a consultation. Why? Because when you do a consultation, even a collective consultation, you have to make links with a question. There were no links with the question. There was no deepening in the question. Sometimes it wasn't even questions. And sometimes Emile didn't answer, but nobody cares about that. Then collective consultation has to have links, and you have to continue. Then it wasn't. First thing. Second thing, it was interesting. For example, sometimes Emile just didn't answer, and it wasn't possible to insist. You just do it when I begin to question, and it's just like I could go on a little bit, but after, somebody can do it. And that's, for me, it's also the responsibility of the facilitator who was not enough clear about what we have to do about the questioning. Then, for me, it will be the analysis of the workshop and what happened with Emile. And I saw Emile sometimes bothered with questions, and just like he was escaping, but nobody cared, because we just have to choose. Yes.
Well, brief answer, that it was something like a consultation, but not a consultation. We were discussing about his experience, and I was trying to allow everybody to ask him something, to understand something. After that, as we are a lot of consultants, it became a consultation. But that's the part that I didn't really meant. I meant people just to understand and discuss the experience of Emile, and as a consultation is not enough. Okay, of course, because for a consultation of squad, so huge number of people is really too much, I think, in general. But well, let's take somebody else, because after we still have just 4 minutes and we have to go. And so, can we choose somebody else?
Yes, somebody didn't talk much. Let's say we didn't talk much. Oh, Zoran.
My impression was that this also looked like a collective consultation, but much more chaotic in questioning, as it was more organized in a way of questioning that was thanks to you, and you were good, you were strict with the rules and the way that people were chosen who will ask the question. So that's about it.
Okay, just take it because I don't have time to answer everybody, or everybody will not speak to somebody.
I'm a bit confused about the aim, because I think, like you, it's an interview and not a consultation. And the reason
I already answered that. Yes, indeed it was.
And
it was the main purpose, an interview and not consultation.
Yes.
It became a consultation, but it was not supposed to be.
Okay, so I explain my problem. My problem is that at some point there comes contradictionary in what he says. Yes?
Contradiction.
Yeah, there are clear contradictions in what he says, and the people who pose the question, they know this, yes, because they are into their question and they understand the answer. What is the contradiction? The rest of the group, they don't have the same possibility to see that. So the next question will not help dig into the contradiction.
Obvious.
Well, I answered the same thing. It was not supposed to. But somebody else that still not spoke. One? Oh. You have somebody that's still...
Eva. She just raised her hand for the first time in her life.
Choice between Alexis and Alexis.
Well, Eva.
Eva. Oh, well.
Eva.
Well,
long hair.
I understand. Long hair has problems with understanding. For me,
we are about to evaluate. If you have a problem of understanding after while we are eating, it's not going to be.
I would prefer if you would have said more clearly what is the purpose of questions.
The purpose was to talk about this experience.
Yeah,
was it clear?
Okay, we talk, but yeah.
You don't want
I felt on the one moment when you said digging, okay, digging, but I think it's also an assumption of you to assume that here are professionals of, what do you understand by that?
I can dig an experience not because I'm consulting, just because I want to understand more.
Yeah.
So if you can just give us our really brief opinion, because after he will speak and we will go, everybody else.
As long as the facilitator didn't give the exact aim of the process, for me it was interesting to see what was the reason behind questions. Because we're different from other people. And it was interesting how people collaborated. Because the majority of people were individuals, they were stuck into their own questions. But at some point there were slight examples of collaboration when one person picked the result and the line of the other, and so he continued.
Yeah.
Interesting. That was amazing.
The final word on truth.
No, because I didn't find this as a big personal issue, and that's why, I mean, I know this wasn't a consultation. So it's like you were supposed to find the philosophical concept, and I thought of like, oh, truth. That's trust. Yeah, trust. Truth. Trust. That's a philosophical concept, and it's like, where can I apply this? And then I thought of this situation, and I mean, because it is a rare situation for me. I mean, it's like I trust a lot of people, and I've not experienced that much distrust in my life. But I just find it interesting. But now what Alexis said about the process itself, with the things of people, you know, staying in their own world and not so much collaboration at times. I mean, I realized that when I got the same question, you know, like 3-4 times, and I'm like, haven't people asked me this already? Don't people want to keep moving forward, digging deeper? And I don't know what that is a result of. I mean, it could be. I mean, the facilitation, like the organization, like of the process, or I mean,
you came up to what exactly?
You know what was interesting was the last question. I'm sorry.
What it came about?
Excuse me.
I don't know. Well, if you want, just have to know.
So if I came to a really like, with my
what? The question what is?
What you felt during the consultation?
I felt that we in some sense narrowed it down. When also the problem is like, oh, then why do you have a problem with trust if it doesn't apply to you? But the problem of trust between other people affects me as well, even though it's not a direct question of trust with me and the people and the other person. So I think that was interesting.
Okay, you have to say something, and after you we go eat because we have.
Yes, I have something to say. You know, trust, and I think Indira came with a very with a very good question. What I call a real question, not a question just to talk, but really a good question. And you have this nice answer. I don't know. And for me, we get really to the point of your story. You have visibly a problem with trust. And with this question, you come to that conclusion. When you say, I don't know, you're honest. You say, I really don't know. But that means that it's a good question. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you.